No,
At least half of the people are.
No, I'm talking about our class.
School.
Yeah, the school.
Oh, no Chinese.
Oh.
No, they. I think. Yeah, you don't see those
I don't
luxury
see-
cars out there.
No. I only see a Honda Toyota.
Right. They have luxury cars.
The other day, after she was a joke before we started, I tried to show her the car. Like, oh, look at the Lamborghini, right? He put also simply, like, so like lightly. I tried to like catch up to him just to show her the car, right, from the side. I swear, I was going 80 and I don't know what happened to him. Next second, he was gone.
He's just gone.
He's gone. And she's like, oh, bye.
Okay. Just a quick review what we covered before I remove the board. So today we started with a quick review of day before yesterday, day before yesterday, which is the last to last lecture. DHCP DNS. One word for DHCP? Assign automatic IP addresses. One word for DNS? Name resolution. One word for certificates? Encryption of communication. Certificate encrypt communication, so you have a machine that needs to be sent something to the other machine. If it is not encrypted, anyone can intercept that data and can copy that data. Otherwise, if it has certificates, only Qadr will be able to open that file, otherwise nobody will be. Then we discussed certificates are of two types. Actually, this was when we installed the CA. We had to choose from enterprise to standalone. Anybody knows the difference? What is the difference between enterprise CA or the standalone
Yeah.
CA?
Different companies.
So the difference between enterprise and standard is with enterprise, you're able to, it's with 80, right? And standard does not have the option of 80.
Excellent answer, guys. Give him a hand. Give him a hand. Excellent. Good remembering. You remembered it from the class or? Okay. You never reviewed though.
That's alright.
You did a little bit? No, it was from the class. Okay. Okay. Good remembering.
It was from the whiteboard that you put up.
It was from the whiteboard. Okay. So we make a CA enterprise if we have Active Directory. We make it standalone if we don't have Active Directory. So you don't have Active Directory, it will be standalone. We have Active Directory, it will be enterprise. And the next is, it must be either root or subordinate. Root is the first CA. This is the first CA in your organization, first CA. And all rest of the CAs will be subordinate CA. All rest of them. So we create one special CA for mobile services. We create one special CA for internet. We create one special CA for websites. So first CA will be root CA, which is root CA, and all rest CAs, all rest of CAs will be subordinate CA. Okay. Then certificate in general are of two types. Number one is private CA, private certificate. We are talking about certificates now. And there is something called public CA. Private CA is that works only inside the organization. Public CA is that works on the internet. Examples are WhatsApp has a certificate, TD Bank has certificate, and all banks have certificates. They are public. And public CAs are paid, whereas private CA is free. Private certificate is free, and this is paid. And then you have CA in the server where we install the ADCS role. Whereas public CAs, you need to buy a certificate from a public certificate authority, which is VeriSign, a very famous CA. All of the major organizations buy certificates from VeriSign. And then there are some other like GoDaddy, there are some other Yahoo, and they have certificates too.
For banking, right?
This is for banking and everything, TV channels, and it's a famous.
So it's not just for banking.
Not just for banking.
Now, in the private CA, how, from where do you buy it? From where do you get it?
Yes, so in private CA, you just get it from ADCS, from this server.
So from this server?
Yes, in private CA, in your organization, just install one ADCS role, and then it will have all the certificate, and then using the enrollment point, this guy will automatically get a certificate from the CA. Whereas in public CA, you must go to their website and buy a certificate. Now, how do they give you a certificate? For example, if I go now on VeriSign and I would say, oh, you know what, I am TD Bank and give me a certificate. They won't give me a certificate unless they would ask me 100 questions. They would ask me, okay, show me your business registration with this name, show me your address, show me your phone number, what is your credit history, and this and that. This is why people trust VeriSign. If the certificate is from VeriSign, you can freely go to that website. Because VeriSign won't give a certificate to a person that doesn't own that company or that doesn't own their website. So WhatsApp certificate is only given to WhatsApp owner. TD Bank certificate is only given to a TD Bank, maybe board of directors or whoever. So this is why people trust VeriSign. So VeriSign and some other organizations as
Okay,
well.
but now individual, how we can get
Yes, you can just go to VeriSign and you would say, I need a certificate. They would say, okay, what would be the name of the certificate? Certificate name, I mean, the certificate must be for some application or some website. So you would say it is Qadr.com. So Qadr.com, okay. So they would go back and check who owns Qadr.com website. And then they go back to your address, and then they will trace you through telephone, and then at the end they will give you a certificate. They're okay, I'll give you a certificate because you own that.
Like verify.
They 100% verify. They 100% verify. So, oh, that's why they're very. Yes, good. That's a good definition. Verify the signature. Verify. Okay. And then we started talking about chapter 3, which is backup and restore. Before starting the theory part, we went through an understanding of why backups are important. Why backups are important. And then we went through this quick example. So backups, why we need to have backups. And then we started with this example that if you have a DC, and in DC we have 4 accounts, so the Active Directory servers are not that important. Why? Because they have only 4 accounts. Instead of restoring them, what you can do, just install a new Active Directory and create 3 users and start working with them. But in real organizations like these organizations, they have not just few accounts, they have thousands and thousands of accounts. And not only accounts, they have computers, they have groups, they have permissions, they have OUs, they have GPOs and all that. Even if one user is deleted, you must restore it. You cannot recreate it. If you recreate that user, you won't be able to give the same permission or same access within the organization, even if you recreate it. So recreating a deleted user is not a solution. Recreating a user, it's not a solution. You must restore it. Go back through the yesterday's backup and restore the user from there. Once you restore this user from the backup, it will come with everything that he had previously. So then we started talking about that, okay, so now we know the backup of importance. What type of backups are done? So this is we can say types of backup. So first is full backup. Full backup of server is mostly done weekly. So this is a weekly backup. It is done weekly. Now why would we do it weekly and not daily? Because it takes time and it takes storage as well. So if you start taking it daily, let's say you start taking this backup daily, then daily it will take 6 hours, and daily you are going to need 2 terabytes of storage. So daily you're going to need. So in 1 week, how much storage would you need? In 1 week, if it takes every day 2 terabytes, how much total would you need in 1 week?
14 TB.
14 terabytes for 1 week. 14 terabytes. So this is full backup is done weekly, and then system state backup is done daily. That is just, it will take just maybe 500 gigs, and it is just 1 hour of backup. So, and then we started writing some notes. Here it is said backups are very, very important for any organization. Backups are very, very what? Very important for any organization. Second one is backups should be taken regularly as seriously. Now what is meant by seriously? Seriously means we need to keep an eye on backups, that backups are happening successfully. Now what happens is in many organizations, your backups are scheduled. So every night a backup has to be done. So let's say on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, there has to be a backup. there has to be a backup. There has to be a backup. But what happens is, it was happening here, but this backup failed. Tuesday backup failed, and you don't know. So if you're not taking it seriously, then maybe Tuesday backup is failing. And then maybe Wednesday backup was done, but then Thursday backup failed. And then Friday backup also failed. So most of the time when you have many servers, you need to keep looking at the logs to see that if backups were happening successfully. Because if you don't have successful backups, then you're only left with the right backups. So maybe there are only backup of Monday and Wednesday, and you don't have a backup of Friday, you don't have a backup of Thursday, so you're missing 2 days there. 2 days worth of changes.
It means we have to monitor.
Yes, backups must be monitored seriously. So here I'm gonna use the word, yes, good, monitored seriously. Yes, monitored seriously. Next one, types of backups. So there are many types of backup, but among them, number one is full backup. Full backup, just like the name, it is a full backup of a server. And full backup or bare metal backup, it is known as a bare metal backup as well. So it is a full backup of a server. It takes longer time, and it requires more storage. Mostly full backups are done weekly. Whereas system state backup, this is a backup of most important files and system files, and it is done daily, and because it takes less time and storage. It is done daily for all the servers. Then you have custom backup. Custom backup is only backing up my personal files. For example, you just want to back up one folder. You don't want to back up full server. You don't want to back up system. So this is personal file backup. So here I'm going to say this is personal folder files backup. Then you have Azure backup. Now this backup is on the cloud. So if you don't want to keep backup in your organization, let's say you're keeping backup every day. And what type of backup is happening every day? Which type of backup happening every day? System state backup. Let's say you're taking that backup in a tape, and backups are taken in tapes. If you're taking that backup, and let's say for a second a fire breaks out in your organization. If there is fire in your organization, it's going to take everything. It's going to take the backups as well. So instead of keeping it in your organization, you can take it on a cloud. So you can send it. So Azure is basically a cloud backup on internet. So on the internet, over the internet, there is Microsoft has a special backup that is placed that is known as Azure. Now what you do is, this is your organization. These servers will be backed up right here. So whenever you need to restore them, you can restore them back from here. So restore will be done from the cloud, and backups are being done but this is costly. This will be more costly than your own backups, because here you're using a third-party organization to take care of your backups. And the next one is role-specific backup. So this was full backup of a server. This was system state backup. And this is just backup of specific roles. So a backup of just DHCP, a backup of just DNS, a backup of just Citrix services. So role specific backups. But most of the time company won't do role specific backup. What they do is, if they have a full backup and a system state backup, everything is backed up with them. So only individual teams would be responsible for their own backup. For example, if you're a Citrix person, you will be more concerned with Citrix backup only. So you will take your own backup. But at the same time, full backup is being done. If your backup doesn't work, then you can always go back and tell them, you know what, do a full backup, full restore. So that's it. So let's take a quick break here, and right after the break, we'll start again.